So, this is the webinar on law versus ethics. So, ethics versus law. What are they? So, ethics is the moral principles that guide people's decision-making processes. So, they are basically just a knowledge of what is right and wrong, just like what you feel is right or wrong. It's not even a knowledge. It's like what you feel is right and wrong. Law is rules and regulations that are enforced by governmental institutions. So they're basically just things that are enacted. They are not feelings. They are absolute like things that you must follow. So the sources of the two are ethics. They come from moral judgments. So basically just what you think come from your own mind, and laws they come from the government. So they're created and they're enforced on the people that the government governs. So, some examples of situations where it is ethical but not legal. So, helping a friend out if they are sick, they got no sleep, helping them out on a quiz would not be ethical. I'm sorry, it would not be legal, but it would be ethical because you feel like it is right to help out that friend who got no sleep because they were sick. That's not their fault, but it is not legal to help them out on the quiz because obviously that would be cheating. So you cannot do that. A situation where it would be legal but not ethical would be a teacher weighting the grade of a class more on attendance rather than actual performance. So this would mean like maybe attributing 90% of a class's grade towards attendance and 10% of the entire grade weighted towards actual performance. So students that show up every day might be treated better, and they'll get better grades than people who didn't show up. Even if the people that didn't show up get better grades, people would not assume that's the normal way to do it, and people might not assume that is right or wrong way, but it is within the rules of an institution like Anderson University. So the intersection of law and ethics. So laws, as we learned from Dr. Jones's information and slides, we learned that laws are often created around ethical principles, and the intersection of the two is just that. So laws are created based off of well, they're not they can be based off of other things, but they're typically based off of what people believe is right and wrong. So a law such as anti-discrimination laws, they are created because we believe discrimination is wrong. So people should be treated the same, whether they are different genders, different races, they should be treated the exact same. Different rules should not be created for these different people. Another example of this would be minimum wages and child labor laws. It protects against against children in the workforce that might be getting abused by their employers. It also helps employees not get abused by their employers as well by not getting underpaid. So it it is right to give workers their fair pay. It is not right to not to underpay them or employ children uh, illegally. So that is why that is created, because we believe that minimum wage should be a law because it is right to do. So legal frameworks in America are created to benefit the people and to create a fair and safe environment grounded in the right and wrong that we call ethics. So, this is how ethical reasoning influences legal frameworks. So, an example of this would be from Dr. Jones's notes would be utilitarianism. The utilitarian line of reasoning causes people to make decisions and potentially laws based on what will bring the greatest good to the most amount of people. So, an example of this would be Anderson University banning alcohol on campus. So, this protects the most amount of people from the harm of alcohol. So, it prevents against excessive partying, against drunkenness, against bad things that occur because of partying. So, just prevents that. But it causes a disadvantage to the people that base their social life around partying. So it takes it away from those people, but in the end, it benefits the most amount of people. So, a proposed code of conduct that I would create for students at Anderson University would be built on 5 principles, some of which were also discussed in those notes that I've mentioned earlier. So, the first principle I would talk about is honesty. Students at any school, particularly in this case Anderson University, would remain honest about digital assignments. So basically, just don't cheat and they will comply with any requests by administration for true and accurate information, and they will not use AI when unauthorized. So the second point would be discrimination. Anderson will not tolerate any discrimination based on gender, race, anything else, just like we learned in the Title IX training. It is not okay to do that on campus, and we need to learn more about discrimination issues. The third point I would make is about privacy. Anderson will keep all financial information private between the students and the school. It will also keep academic information, so just classes, grades, it'll keep all of that private so that any student is not emotionally harmed by that knowledge going out to other people. For example, if someone, say, had bad grades and they didn't want people to know that. So the fourth point would be unethical behavior. If a student sees inappropriate or unethical behavior on campus, they should report it immediately to campus safety or an administration person. They should do this so that to protect the people on campus as well, and we will keep them anonymous so that they are protected as well. The fifth and final point would be stewardship, and that is basically just keeping campus clean. So just picking up trash, keeping things the way that they were cleaned. So just not messing anything up, picking up after yourself. It's just all like that, and just yeah, just doing what God commanded us to do. And that is my code of conduct for students here. And that concludes the webinar as well. Thank you.